Hi, welcome to another video. So I've recently got my surveillance system hooked up to the internet, my local internet within this house. It's just a cheap 4-channel model, and you see down there in the corner H.264 digital video recorder, no brand or anything on it. I had 2 of the BT broadband extenders, connected the Ethernet, so it's a Cat5 cable on the back of this unit, connected that to one of the BT extenders, plugged it into the mains up here upstairs, and then downstairs next to the modem plugged the other unit. So that connects this unit to the modem. It's a regular 4-channel DVR, and I wanted to pick this up either on the internal internet on the PC at home or on the PC when I'm on holiday. So plug a mouse into your 264 digital video recorder. Right click on the screen and it may ask you to log in. So I'll right click here. These are the 2 current cameras running. Right, so essentially to get these video recorders on the internet, I right click on this model. It's one of the basic models. So the £70–80 4-channel, I've just got 2 channels wired up. Click on the menu, configuration, network. All that's important in here really is the HTTP port. It's got to be on port 80. Port 80 is for the World Wide Web, browsing web pages. Ignore these 2 for now. Click on the DHCP, restart the box and see what IP address is assigned to this from your router. Now I've actually got this connected to a BT router. You might want to look at my previous video on broadband extenders, specifically the BT one. So all I need from here is the IP address, and I know it's on port 80. That's it, I can exit this. So click on a DCHP, restart, get the IP address. Right, so once you've connected your security system to the internet, presumably via Ethernet cable, go to your home hub router. Now I can only speak for the BT Home Hub 4 since that's what I've got. In case you don't know how to get into a BT Home Hub, in the address bar up here, just totally clear it. This particular home hub, 192.168.1.254. Click enter and you'll get the home screen. So you see that's the internet connected to broadband on the 2.4 gigs wireless. I've got my iPhone, this PC, I've got a tablet that connects to the 5 gig wireless, and then on Ethernet this would normally say unknown device and it gives me the MAC address. But because I knew I connected my surveillance system to the Ethernet, I clicked on the MAC address and named it DVR1. So digital video recorder 1, and that's the MAC address, but you don't need the MAC address. If you remember upstairs on the screen, this router assigned that surveillance system that IP address, 192.168.1.127. Now you could type this address into the Internet Explorer, follow it with a :80 and click enter, and that's it. You can view your system on your local area network. Local area network to say when you're logged into your router in your house, that's your local area network. Not the internet, which is the wider area network. So if you were to turn any of these devices off, like my PC, my iPhone, or that surveillance system, it may be assigned a new address, but I've gone into the settings and told it to keep the IP address for the surveillance system static. Right, so that's the home page. Now I've just logged in. If you're not sure how to log in, get the little tab off the back of the router that'll have your login details. The login is case sensitive, so if they're in capitals, make sure you've got caps lock on your keyboard on. So go to settings. I've already logged in, so it's not asking me to log in again. You need to go here, set up your hub to work with a game or application. And you see at the top, port forwarding. So this is port forwarding. So you would here select your device I'll give you an example. So these are the other devices that were logged on earlier today. We've got 2 Android phones, that's the video recorder, my PC, my phone, my partner's phone. So let's say, for example, I haven't set up this digital video recorder. Click on that, and then game or application. This selects various ports to that device. So you can see you can set up all these various games that are pre-listed, but if you scroll down you can see BT have their own camera and alarm system. Then there's all these Call of Duties. But scroll down to HTTP. It's in alphabetical order. So HTTP isn't there because I've already selected it. But you've got HTTP secure. So HTTP secure would be port 443. But I've already selected HTTP server World Wide Web. So that's port 80. So 80 is not secure. But you don't need a secure system just to look at your video camera. You still need an admin name and password to log in, so you know it's pretty secure, nothing's going to happen. And so I've set the device DVR1. I knew the MAC address, that was the only thing connected to the Ethernet. The game or application HTTP server, which is the port 80 we set on the device upstairs. So click add. You would click add there, then it appears down there, and that's it. That's port forwarding on a BT Home Hub. Right, so I've opened a web browser, obviously Google Chrome. So you're at home and you want to look at your surveillance system. You would type your local IP address, the one given to the device from your modem stroke router. Remember it was 192, and there it is because I've filled it in earlier, 168.1.127. So if I just hit enter in Chrome in the address bar there, this is the page you log in to view the system. But so if I enter the password here, so we're on a local area network, remember we're at home, so I'll enter the password. Log in. It says plugin is not installed. Now unfortunately I'm having difficulty in getting Chrome to install this plugin. If the plugin can't be installed automatically, please download. You click here and it installs a previous version of ActiveX, but still doesn't work on Chrome. So what I did, copy this address, so click in there, right click, copy, shut Chrome down, paste the address into Internet Explorer. So you don't necessarily need the home, it depends on the level of Internet Explorer you're running. Now this has come up with a default page. I would simply type my password in there and I'm in. But what you're going to get, because you haven't used this for the first time, you should get a pop-up down the bottom to say you want to run, or do you want to run, an ActiveX on Internet Explorer. And in case you don't get the pop-up, run up to Tools, top right hand corner, click on Tools, Internet Options, click on the Security tab, Custom Level, scroll down, right, so I made sure both of these. Download signed ActiveX controls and download unsigned ActiveX controls. So prompt recommended and prompt before, I think one of these was disabled. So prompt for both of those, click apply, OK, and then come out. Then shut this page down, reopen it, and it should allow you to log in. So if I now log in, password, So this is the LAN, local area network. So over here on the right, start all, and you'll see we have the two systems. I've only got two cameras on the system, so you click on the letters here, click, click, turns these bottom two off. If you actually go into it via this internet, so we're on the local area network, remember we're on the home network, not the World Wide Web. Let's just double click on this. So that's the current time, look, 1912. It's running. It's lower resolution. You can up the resolution, but then you're going to hog all your broadband speed. If you right click, you go full screen, but here look, on screen display options, there's channel position. If I go time position, this time used to be in the middle and it's always been there. Got it set up on the internet. I can move the time about. So let's put it down there in a hedge. That's now, that will permanently stay there. So let's move it back to the corner. Back up there. And the same with the channel number. I think the channel was here somewhere. So I've moved that. You can, like the set box upstairs, adjust the contrast, that sort of stuff. You can adjust the viewing position. I'd leave it at the default because this is recorded 24 hours a day. Incidentally, my system runs on solar power. My solar panels charge a 12-volt battery and the recorder and cameras run off a 12-volt system. So if I get a power cut, doesn't matter. So you could record here, take a snapshot, open the audio, so I might get a microphone. So you can do a few bits on the picture here. Go full screen. It's been overcast all day. Hit escape to come out of full screen. Back on multiple pictures. So that's the home network. You can go configure. These are the settings you saw on the box upstairs. If you alter these here, it's going to alter the box. It'll restart and then you'll have to log back in. And you see, so HTTP port 80. 80 is the port for browsing the internet. As I say, 443 for secure pages, 25 for email. Right, so for browsing your security system from the internet outside of your house, you need to know your IP address. So what is, I think that comes up there because I've typed it already. What is my IP address? That's my IP address. That's provided by BT. So this is the BT IP address coming into my house. That's what I'd surf the net on, something like that. Once it's in the house, you've then got a local. You've got a local IP address. This is the World Wide Web IP address. So if you copy that, copy, open Internet Explorer again, paste the IP address in. So I've entered my IP address up there, the computer's filled the rest in, http:// IP address home, and that's accessing the security system from the World Wide Web. So if it's in another country, Turkey for example, I could type that address in, there I am. Only one trouble with this, if you turn your router off, the IP address is probably going to be refreshed. You need to leave your router turned on. So this next bit was taught by my son. He's not even 18 yet. Bit of a wizard on the internet. He's been teaching me about ports, that sort of stuff. So go to, open a new browser, go to noip.com, and that's the address up there. So I clicked on the free sign up. So I would ordinarily put my email in there, confirm the email, put a password, and then username and host name. So the host name is going to be your domain name. So let's say, because I'm YouTube 999, I know YouTube's going to be taken. So then click on the host name, click, your username appears down there. If I clicked on the box free sign up, I would have that domain name, YouTube 999 DDNS, so dynamic domain name server.net. That would become my address for my IP. Once you've completed it, signed up, you'll be asked to download a program to your PC. This is part of it running here, and what it does, it sends your IP address to no IP every 5 minutes. You can see it's counting down. So it's going to send my IP to this noip.com, update my server name with my current IP address. So if I turned off my modem and BT issued me with another IP address, this within 5 minutes will update this program. So I could turn off my modem every night, turn it back on. Once I boot up this PC and this program's running, it's going to update this IP address. If there's a glitch in the broadband and I lose it, again, this is going to update the IP address. If you're on holiday, you might have problems. If you've got terrible broadband by your supplier, then you're going to have trouble. You'd need to access your IP address, and without being on your network from abroad, it's going to be difficult. So have a look at ip.com, just another way. So instead of typing IP addresses, you could just type a name. So as you saw, I could have this all free of charge. I could have this right now, youtube999.ddns.net. That's what I'll type in the address bar, save it to favourites, log in and get my camera system. Just another way of doing it. Right, just a quick update in case your DHCP isn't working on your recorder. I'm back on the Home Hub home screen. Go to Advanced Settings, continue to Advanced Settings, go to Broadband. So if you log into your router, go to the Advanced Settings, you'll see here, this is my current wider area network, so WAN, IP address. So that's what I'd access this local network from outside, say from another country. That's my WAN, that's my default gateway, primary DNS and secondary DNS. Now if you pull up your camera system, now in this particular model, down here to configure, go back into the settings. So remember, I checked DHCP, so Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So dynamic means it's not static, it's dynamic. The router sets everything up for you. You don't have to have a network engineer come along and mess about with all these figures. So if you have a look at this, so just to reiterate, this IP address is assigned to your recorder or your device, maybe your mobile phone. That IP address is assigned from your router / modem. Forget the dead port, not needed. Net mask generally is 255.255.255.0, and if you look at the gateway and then the DNS, so domain name server 192.168.1.254, that is the address to log in to your BT router. So you can see the gateway for this recorder is the address to log into your router. Maybe that will help. So you can see they're both the same. But all I did was check DHCP, put the tick in there, restart the recorder, and this was all done for me. So finally, back onto the Home Hub, I explained about naming a device and setting a static IP. So from the home page, log in, go to Advanced Settings, continue to Advanced Settings, Home Network. These are the devices connected to my modem router. That's the router. You see wired devices, DVR1. That did say unknown device. So if I click on that, Network name, it said unknown, so I just typed in DVR1. And then down the bottom, so addressing, MAC address, IP address assignment is static. So the IP address given to the device, 192.168.1.127, you could change this here and in the device if you want to give it a different address. But look, always use this IP address. I've ticked yes, and then check apply. And that's it. So if I go back to home network, so you can see I've got 4 LAN ports, 1 USB, 2 lots of wireless connections, 2.4 gigs and the newer 5 gigs. This is my Android tablet. You can see it picks up 5 gig radio signal. So I could go in there and name this device. Click on that. Android, I could just name it tablet. And then down the bottom again, that's the IP address for this device, ending in 71. And the IP assignment, DHCP, so dynamic, not static. So we've actually got a sunny day today. What a change. Hopefully this has given you some insight into getting your H.264 network video surveillance system online to your local area network and a wider area network, specifically using the BT Home Hub. Thank you for watching.